Here in northern New Mexico and in southern Colorado, particularly the San Luis Valley, there is a Spanish-speaking culture that thrives to this day. It's often forgot about, but one organization wants to make sure this piece of Colorado history is remembered. The San Luis Valley is full of stories.
My dad's family was from Española, but his mom was a San Juan Pueblo. She was a native.
And the people have been here a long time.
My family's been here for many generations, following the tradition of its settlement pattern in northern New Mexico.
This was where Colorado began. Native peoples lived in the area, and the Spanish settled it with small towns.
The Spanish and then later Mexican government wanting to populate the northern reaches of the Spanish colonial empire, they enacted a system called the land grants. So this was a way to get people out into the frontier.
For centuries, this was a tight-knit community who raised sheep, farmed, and took care of one another. Now, if you look hard enough, you'll find someone who is part of that culture. In fact, I am. Here in Taos, there are even streets named after my twice great grandfather who had an orchard down here. That was the way of life until 1948. When it became part of the United States.
Many of the landowners had title in Spanish, and when the United States acquired the American Southwest, those titles were difficult to honor.
People lost land and water rights because the United States didn't honor documents written in Spanish, and the people didn't understand the system of governance they inherited. So the people fought back the way they always do, by banding together.
Hispanos americanos al son de la libertad.
They formed Sociedad Protección Mutual de Trabajadores Unidos, or SPMDTU.
To mitigate the ravages and troubles of life, to protect against the injustices of tyrants and despots, of usurpers of law and justice, of thieves of lives, honors and interests, to shake hands with brothers and sisters in the midst of our joys, our misfortunes, our martyrdoms, to walk in the rough path of life with our eyes soaked with the tears of joy, with the true smile on our lips, and with our heads raised with the laurel of triumph and humanity.
A collective dedicated to making sure people kept their land from the hands of new settlers through nonviolent means.
The SPMDTU kind of showed the younger generation that we shouldn't just sit and take it.
The organization has operated for 124 years, but after World War II, interest waned. Until a few years ago.
A lot of youth are coming in and joining.
SPMDTU is taking this opportunity to help their members by preserving their culture and teaching the youth new skills and traditions they've lost, like speaking Spanish.
I was able to find a lot of work. I mean, there's options when you have two languages.
The SPMDTU also recently completed a $2 million renovation of their headquarters in Antonito. Miembros say this is good for Colorado.
And sharing our skills as young professionals and educated people and passionate community members.
In
Antonito, Michael Aveta, covering Colorado First.